place in December. USA Radio News.
If you're concerned about the power grid and want to generate your own supply of off-grid electricity, this will be the most important message you'll hear this year. Here's why. We now have a small number of solar generators back in stock. These emergency backup systems provide life-saving backup power when you need it most. And unlike gas generators, solar generators run quietly, emit no dangerous fumes, and produce an endless supply of free electricity from the sun. Whether it's wildfires, dangerous weather, power grid issues, or just getting off the grid, you'll never have to suffer through painful power outages again. Even better, all this week, radio listeners get over $700 in free off-the-grid bonuses too. Go to mysolarbackup.com to learn more and check availability. That's mysolarbackup.com. Look for the free report, Crisis Cooling, how to make absolutely sure your meat, milk, and medicines stay safe and cool in any power outage. Yours free at mysolarbackup.com.
Repairs can feel like a lose-lose situation. You lose your money and your time.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros, trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
Two Men in a Truck.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
What are you doing this Saturday, October 16th? Well, how about joining the elite climbers for a rec and competition climb? Or just come out to watch this exciting event. Of course, there'll be food vendors, plus live bands, a kids splash pad, bouncy houses, kids climb, games, and more. Yes, it's fun for the whole family. If you want to compete, it's only $50. Most everything else is free. That's this Saturday, October 16th at Lake Lillian Park in Bellevue from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Yep, it's something different.
The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
Dance Alive National Ballet presents Phantom, A Tale of Obsession on Saturday, October 30th at 2 p.m. and at 7:30 p.m. at the Curtis M. Phillips Center for the Performing Arts in Gainesville. It is a world of love and obsession, good versus evil, the classic love triangle. What better for Halloween? Funding is provided in part by Visit Gainesville, Alachua County. A grant from the City of Gainesville Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs Department. Details and ticket information at dancealive.org.
Tune in Wednesday, October 20th at 9:35 for higher education happenings. My guest will be Bonnie Hayes and Dr. Jennifer Frines, with opportunities for businesses to collaborate with the College of Central Florida, featuring the Employer Connection webpage. This is excellent information for those interested in business applications and furthering their education. Again, that's October 20th at 9:35, provided by the College of Central Florida and your friends here at WOCA, The Source.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back.
I like the music.
On a Wednesday,
It's Hump Day.
Joe Martone, Tom Schmitz here on Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz. Hey, we were talking about Silver River State Park and Silver Springs, which is now part of Silver River State Park.
It's getting depressing.
Although, if you don't know that they're part of the same park system, the Silver Springs entrance and the Silver River State Park entrance are two different areas.
Yeah, they were going to put a road to connect.
There's a walkthrough.
Oh, there's a walkthrough.
There's a walk-through path that connects the two parks.
We went off the air. Oh, we went to a break. We were talking about the museum, and apparently you're not impressed with the museum in there, but that's got a saber-toothed tiger skeleton in there, what have you.
Yeah.
And you know.
Oh no, the museum's fantastic. It's not open enough for me, but it's fantastic. That's not my problem with that area.
Okay.
My problem with that area is the school board.
Why do they have to do with it?
School board owns a piece of property in there that they don't take advantage of, in my opinion.
And what can it do with it?
The Cracker Village.
They own the Cracker Village?
Yeah, the school board owns that.
How do you get to the Cracker Village?
It's right there next to the museum. All those white clapboard buildings and everything.
On the left?
That's a throwback to Florida at the turn of the 20th century.
Okay, and the board, why did they buy it?
Well, they own it to use it as a teaching lab.
Do they still use it as a teaching?
1 week a year.
Oh, that's when they have that festival on or whatever.
1 week a year.
When they use WOCA
It
to
sits
broadcast.
there 51 weeks a year and just
Sits there.
Wow. I would have that thing if I was a school board.
Yeah.
Especially with the budget the school board's got, the largest budget in the county of any governmental agency in the county. Mm-hmm. I'd have that thing up and running the entire time school was in. I'd be shoveling kids in and out of there back and forth, teaching them the history of Florida every day of the week. Then on the weekends, I'd have it open to the public and charge for the public to come. You'd go.
And what? Now that once a year, you have the people that man it, and they dress up in the period time. You would have to have employees to do that all year long.
And? No, you wouldn't.
No, huh? Come.
No.
No. Oh.
Same way they did the working.
Just on the weekends, you'd have them.
No, the same way they did the working village in St. Augustine for years.
Tell me how they did that.
I'll tell you exactly how they did it.
I'm asking.
In 1992, I was part of that village for the entire summer. I worked there the entire summer. Didn't make a dime.
Credit for college or something?
Of course it was. I was an intern for my college history. So I interned there. You lived in the village during the day. You showed how St. Augustine.
And where is this village?
It's no longer in St. Augustine. They've turned it into 3 restaurants now, but it was a working village.
The only place I see in St. Augustine there's like a little schoolhouse, something or another, in a
there was a
little yard.
working conconquistador village.
Really?
That they showed you how there was a blacksmith there, and there was.
Where is it? Where was it near?
It's on the little road where the old schoolhouse and everything's on, the little walking road.
Yeah.
That's right off A1A.
So that little section is still the way it was, thrown back to way back when.
No, now it's tchotchke shops and restaurants up and down both sides.
That's the last time I was there last year.
Terrible.
So yeah.
But that village used to work, and it would show you St. Augustine in 1565. I literally was dressed as a conquistador with a big metal hat on. And everything.
Wow!
Yeah, and I had a spiel.
Scared the little kids.
Scared them to death.
I knew that.
I had a spiel I had to give to them and everything.
Yeah, really?
But
was that with a soup or not?
Yeah.
Oh, that was.
With ladle and all.
Yeah.
But you learned about St. Augustine that way.
Oh yeah.
You could learn about Florida cracker heritage if the Cracker Village was open.
Like Williamsburg, Virginia?
Exactly. Like Williamsburg, Virginia.
There you go. I presume you've been there many times.
Come on.
Many.
Williamsburg was designed. People think Williamsburg was this area that Patrick Henry. The House of Burgesses and all wasn't in Williamsburg.
No.
Williamsburg was literally designed to be
Williamsburg
to be a tourist area, so you could come see
Rockefeller.
how Virginia worked. Rockefeller built it.
Yeah.
To see how Virginia worked in the colonial times.
Oh yeah, the buildings, they would find them all over Virginia,
and then bring them to Williamsburg.
Sure, and they made their own town. Yeah. And now it's, to this day, it's phenomenal. I took the tours. I rented bicycles. That's the best way to see it. Bicycles.
Certainly.
But you can go and it's all open. There's no restriction. You walk. I used to walk in the backyards, and I love
It's restricted now.
You can't walk in the backyards?
Some of the places are restricted now after 9/11.
Oh, maybe. Okay. But I used to like the gates. They had like a weighted ball on a chain.
Yeah.
And you open the gate, and you go in, and you let go, and the ball would close it. Come. So simple.
Lever and pulley system.
Yeah. But I used to go there and then walk through, and there's behind the old house, and on some of the houses, it says, not for public residency on it,
Mm-hmm.
But you can still walk through the yard and see the garden and everything. And then I peek into this building in the back where the Mercedes is parked inside behind. I presume it's not cheap to live there. Own that right there.
Williamsburg is a town that was built to be a historic monument.
Oh, yeah.
The whole town is a historic monument.
And it is interesting.
It's really, really interesting. Now,
And then you go right next door to Busch Gardens and the amusement park.
by the way, because I have an annual passage to Busch Gardens, that reminds me I should go
Take
to
advantage of it, sure.
So
Nice weekend trip.
Williamsburg's great. Now, to go and stand at the House of Burgesses, though, and I got to go to the House of Burgesses before they restricted it for 9/11.
You're talking Williamsburg still. Yeah.
Well, the House of Burgesses, they have a replica of the House of Burgesses.
Yeah.
But the House of Burgesses is actually up in Richmond.
Richmond, Virginia.
Where
Okay.
it was originally.
Ah, okay.
And to stand at that podium, you could stand at this time, in the early 90s, you could stand at the podium.
Uh-huh.
To stand at the podium
And
where Patrick Henry beat his fist and said, "Give me liberty
Really?
or give me death."
this is the second person in the same day I've heard say that today.
See, the fact, I stood there, and I get chills about it today.
Really?
Because remember, this was one of the 3 or 4 leading voices of the American Revolution.
Oh, yeah.
Virginia was Thomas Jefferson, Patrick Henry, George Washington. You know what I mean? Okay. And to go before Philadelphia, if you ever been to Philadelphia, before 9/11, before they put the bell behind the big bulletproof plexiglass and stuff like that, when you could go into Independence Hall,
Yeah.
and you could sit at the desk in the room before they said, "Please don't sit." You could sit at the desk in the room.
Where?
And I went and sat at the Georgia delegation desk. And I knew that Button Gwinnett had been sitting there. And I knew that Cobb had been sitting there. And I knew that DeKalb had been sitting there. Oh, yeah. People who I only know because of counties named after them and what I know about them from knowing Georgia history.
Yeah, I was going to say
but
history.
To sit right there knowing that 300 years, 250 years before, Button Gwinnett had sat right there.
Oh, yeah.
And had helped create the greatest country on the face of the earth.
You?
To me, but somebody goes, "Well, that's a bucket list." Not for me. I've already done it numerous times.
Yeah. Me coming from Connecticut.
Oh, you lived in a bastion of it all. Yeah. To be able to see some of those places of the Revolutionary War, to go to Saratoga, New York, to me, was amazing. Because that was the turning point of the war. That's where the French decided to come help the revolutionaries.
See, I looked at the other end. I looked at different things. Like Eli Whitney.
Cotton gin. He literally, with his cotton gin and his moving parts of the rifle, revolutionized the world. Because cotton became king.
There is the Whitney Lake, I guess it's called, right? At the bottom of that lake is a little waterfall. Nice waterfall. Nice. It's been there for eons. But not a lot of people know this, but at the bottom of the waterfall, there's a little building. It's a Eli Whitney Museum.
You can go in there and see all this stuff.
Oh, yeah. But I went to Winchester. I grew up.
Right.
Winchester was 10 blocks from my house. You got to go over a hump and back down the other side.
And there's Winchester.
But they used to have a museum, a gun museum, with the rattling guns and all. I mean, oh, my gosh.
It's the amazing things we have in this country. The amazing things we have right here in Florida. I mean, you go to Alusty. If you've never been to the battleground of Alusty, go there.
No.
If you've never been there, that's an amazing place. If you've never been to Fort Clinch in Jacksonville, amazing place.
Really?
Fort Caroline in Jacksonville, an amazing place.
Oh, there's some Cowpen, South Carolina.
Yeah.
There's so getting back to New Haven. That hill I was talking about that went over the top is a mountain. It goes over the top, goes back down. The other side is Winchester. On the left side, as you're going up, it used to be, what are those houses? Sugar pops.
A-frames?
No, they're round.
World
War II.
Like the barracks that they did for Gomer Pyle and stuff.
Exactly. I can't think of a name. Anyway, I grew up, people were living in them from the war.
Yeah.
And they stood there forever and ever and ever. And that was part of, Yale owned all that. Yale University.
Right.
So finally, okay, we got to move. And as they moved down, then there's a big parking lot for Yale. Peabody Museum's right there and all.
I noticed you didn't get a Yale education.
No.
All right, just checking.
I just passed through.
Just checking.
Just check, yeah. Money. Anyway.
Intelligence. Oh, wait, was it my mic? Is this on?
Damn it, you'll pay for it. Oh, you're going to pay for that one. Anyway, they cleared out and made a parking lot and everything. And then into the mountain, they were having this big construction into the mountain, underneath the road. And they've got this, I'll say 20-foot door, maybe 30-foot door, all steel on a pivot. You pull the thing and it locks. But when they pull that pivot, the door gets out of whack, locks, and you'll never open it. But they put it back in you like one hand, I guess, it's kind of thing.
Right.
I'm talking big. They split atoms underneath there.
Probably.
Oh, yeah, not probably. They do.
Yeah.
And it's like, they do what?
They do nuclear work underneath the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a mountain.
Well, it's still.
But it's Yale.
Right.
You know, and growing up with Yale in your backyard is but all the history, Graham Bell.
That's like to me. When I go on Harvard Yard, the time I went to Boston, I went to Harvard Yard. My IQ went up 20 points.
Just walking
Just being on Harvard Yard.
It's like walking in Delicatessen and gaining a pound.
Well, that's because of gabagool. That's that's gabagool there.
Yes.
By the way, speaking of that, last Monday a week ago, my wonderful wife, we were going over to a friend of ours who is about to pop. She's so pregnant, and my buddy and his wife, and she hadn't had because she's so pregnant. It's been difficult to get a good meal and everything. So we decided we'd go over and have dinner with them before she goes to have the baby, and we'd cook. So my wife takes the last gallon bag of sauce that we have frozen.
Okay.
And she gets the penne pasta.
Oh.
She puts that in the baking pan.
Okay.
Then she puts the sauce in the baking pan. Then she takes mild Italian sausage, cooks it up.
Mild Italian.
Mild
good,
Italian
good,
sausage,
good,
cooks
good.
it up, and then slices it into thin slices.
Like quarters.
Covers that with the sausage.
Okay.
Then puts some more sauce on it. And then puts mozzarella on all of it.
Okay.
And puts it in the oven.
In the oven at 400 for 30 minutes?
About 30 minutes.
Yeah.
She made baked ziti.
Basically.
And she takes it out of the oven. And the pan she wants to put it in to carry it over is smaller than the one she cooked it in.
Oh.
So there's about half a pan.
Oh.
So I'm like, well, I'll eat a little bit. You never want to eat ziti the day it's made. It's not as good the day it's made. Do it the next day. But because this sauce had been sitting in the freezer, I was like, I'll try it.
And?
So I get done with the ziti.
You mean done?
I get done with the ziti, and I go, oh, my goodness. If this thing is this good 20 minutes out of the oven, imagine, because we did this on Sunday for a Monday dinner. I go, imagine
it's
what
gonna
this
absorb.
is going to be like tomorrow
It's going to absorb. Was it any good?
Was it any good?
I asked you first.
Am I fat and obnoxious?
Yes.
Okay,
there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
But that's one of those things that you would understand, a good baked ziti.
Oh, yeah, especially over the next.
And what's the best way to eat baked ziti? Cold out of the refrigerator.
I have lasagna. I like lasagna cold because you slice it, and you put and it doesn't fall apart. It's right there. Oh yeah.
See, my favorite thing to do with lasagna when it's cold because it doesn't fall apart is put it between two pieces of Italian bread and eat it like a sandwich.
Well, there's only one place. Well, okay. There's a place in Ocala that makes Italian bread, but doesn't make the Italian bread that I like. I haven't found it yet. My Italian bread looks like a football stretched. And it's all crispy on the outside.
Like
No. It's a good 2.5. It's a good foot and a half long.
I don't like the baguette Italian bread.
It's not a baguette.
But that's the one that's this long. You cut into little pieces.
No. It's like a football, and you elongate it, but it's still 6 inches wide.
I hadn't found one that long. I found there's a place you can go get it. It's about a foot long, and it's about 6-7 inches wide.
Yeah, I've had those. It's still good. Don't get me wrong, it's still good, but it's not the Italian bread that I grew up with. And it's like. Because those, they had what they call the cagouts on either end.
That's your dipping bread.
Yeah, right. But what you do is you slice that right to center, put that one side, we'll put half a side and slice that and open it up like you're filleting a chicken breast. And if you want, you take out the dough or the middle of the bread, you eat that, then you fill it up, then you close it. Oh. I'm thinking back when I was 14, 15 years old and I worked for my Uncle Tony. In his Italian spot. We're going to talk about Toys for Tots?
We can. We need to.
Why don't we?
Toys for Tots, the second annual Toys for Tots with Charlie Horse.
Wait a minute. Time out.
What?
Where's my damn box?
I got to get in touch with Patrick.
Patrick?
Yeah. Second annual Toys for Tots with Charlie Horse.
Yep.
Brought to you by Charlie Horse, WOCA Radio, Just Ship, and the Punishers Law Enforcement Motorcycle Club. It'll be November 7th. There's going to be a poker run that starts at Ocala.
Ocala, it's starting there?
It starts at Ocala.
What time, 11 you said?
11.
Okay.
Kickstands up. It's going to go to 4 to 5 different places.
You're telling me the story.
It stops at Charlie Horse. It's going to arrive at Charlie Horse around 5:30 in the afternoon. We'll be there all day with raffles and prizes and bands playing.
November 20th, you said.
November 7th. This is wrong.
This is wrong.
This is just for reference for some stuff I need. It's November 7th.
Well, that didn't help me over here.
Well,
November 7th is Sunday.
It is a Sunday. The bands, by the way, all the bands playing.
Yeah.
Pro bono.
I don't know that tune.
Free.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's for Toys for Tots. All proceeds go to Toys for Tots. Whether you bring money, whether you bring an unwrapped, unopened, brand new gift.
Yeah.
Got to be a new gift. You can bring bicycles that have the price tag still on them, stuff like that.
Why does it have to have the price tag on it?
To make sure it's a new bicycle. Some people, believe me or not, last year a guy come up with 2 bicycles from Play It Again Sports.
Yeah.
That weren't brand new.
So?
You don't know the issues with them. You don't want to go give a bicycle to a kid and then it breaks the first day to get it.
Okay.
I mean, what kind of Grinch are you, Joe?
One that can't afford a new one, I guess? I don't know. If you can't, we'll give somebody a place then. Okay.
Right. Well,
11 a.m. you said?
Yeah. A lot of what they do is because we get check donations from sponsors and everything too. A lot of times Patrick goes out and buys brand new bicycles.
Okay. That makes sense.
But, you can buy, like last year we went to the DG and bought all our toys at the DG.
Did you really?
Yeah. And, they range between $10 and $20. But kids don't, as long as it's a toy or a nice something they can use, kids don't care.
All right, it starts at 11 a.m. When does it end?
When we get done, Sunday night.
And where's it ending at?
Charlie
Horse?
Yep.
Okay.
WOCA is sponsoring it. Just Shipped is sponsoring it. Punishers Law Enforcement Motorcycle Club is sponsoring it. Charlie Horse is the main sponsor, so, you'll have to come in on your trike, Joe. You'll have to ride in on
I
your
might
trike.
do that. Yeah.
I mean, you should do the whole poker run. You could win the poker run.
Well, I'm thinking of if I get enough stuff, I might just pull my trailer behind it full of stuff and have the whole thing there.
Yeah, we're efforting to get.
That's a new word I haven't heard.
We're efforting to get the guy from the North Pole to show up.
Really?
Yeah, we put in a call and he's. Our peeps have talked to his peeps and we're working out the details.
So your peeps talk to his elves?
Right. That's what I said. My peeps talked to his.
You got
peeps.
the elf line?
I got everything, Joe.
How the hell did you get the elf line?
I talked to the Keebler elves. They know the guys.
Well, that was the cousins. Yeah.
Right. And as much cookies as I buy, the Keebler elves were able
to. Well,
hey,
you know. I often wonder why the Keebler elves make those great cookies and everything. Why are they so fat? They're not fat.
Because they don't eat them. They just make them.
They just make them. Smart elves.
Right.
So you got the elf line.
I got the elf line.
That's pretty good.
Well, what are you going to do?
I don't know how you get these connections.
Food and sports.
Food and sports.
Yeah, they go hand in hand, by the way. Who doesn't want to go to a ball game and eat a nice hot dog or bratwurst or something like that? You know what I mean?
Bratwurst. What's a bratwurst?
Brat.
Oh, it's bratwurst.
B-R-A-T.
Oh, okay.
It's a German style hot dog.
Oh.
Very popular in Wisconsin.
They have Helen, Georgia. They have those.
Oh yeah, they got brats in Helen. Trust me, they got hot brats in Helen. Got them in a. What's the place in? Why? Just slipped out of my mind. In Tennessee.
In Tennessee?
Yeah.
You mean Pigeon Forge?
Gatlinburg?
Gatlinburg. Oh yeah, they have them there too.
They have them there too.
Been there many, many times.
I love Gatlinburg. That's what. And
you're talking about a tourist trap.
And that's what Helen is. Helen's just a small version of Gatlinburg.
Mini version of Gatlinburg.
It is. It's a mini version of Gatlinburg.
And then you have Little Switzerland, which is right off the Blue Ridge Parkway.
Right.
Up towards Boone.
It's just outside of Boone.
That's it. Towards Boone.
Just north of Boone.
That's it.
Almost in Virginia.
Just outside of. But it's amazing. You're up there. You think you're in no man's land, and there's this little sign, Little Switzerland. You get off, and it's right there.
And it's a fantastic little place.
Oh yeah, it's a block long.
Yeah, it's a fantastic little place.
But they have a motel there, and it says Motorcycles, welcome.
Right.
Yeah.
And you got to go through the little covered bridge and all. It's fantastic.
Where?
Right before you get to Little Switzerland on the Blue Ridge Parkway. There's a covered bridge that you go under about a mile and a half outside of Little Switzerland.
I missed that one. I got to go get my motorcycle ready.
It's right there.
And I got to bring my bike up there. I think I'll trailer my bike up there.
When I lived in Boone, I lived literally. I took the Blue Ridge Parkway to go to work.
Really?
Yep. That the scariest moment, one of the scariest moments of my life, or the bicyclist's life, not mine, was when I hit black ice on the Blue Ridge Parkway.
Oh!
I spun 5 times.
Are you serious?
Ended up next to the wall of the mountain.
You were lucky you landed on that side.
And the truck had shut off, so I just cranked it back up and drove off. Not a scared bone in my body, because I was so worried about trying to stop that truck. I didn't have time to be scared. Now, the bicyclist that I was going around when I hit the black ice, he's laid up on the side of the road, his heart's beating out of his chest.
You missed him, thank goodness.
Oh, yeah, I missed him, yeah.
Holy. Yeah, I would worry about that amazingly, because now Virginia Blue Ridge Parkway is called the Skyline.
Right.
But you got road on either side of you. Most of it is not.
North Carolina, you got the side of the mountain and
a
fall.
That's it.
You got the side of a mountain and 3,000 feet.
And that's if you're not on the bridge.
And that's if you're not on Grandfather Mountain,
Oh.
which is a cantilever road just hanging off the side of the mountain.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You got that road doesn't even have earth under it. It's just cantilevered.
I know. I've driven the whole length of that place.
Yeah,
and it was like.
Yeah. But fantastic,
you respect it.
Fantastic overlook vistas.
Oh, yeah. You pull over. They have that. And the thing is, the speed limit is 35.
Yes.
Stick to it or less.
Because the Rangers will get you.
Well, I'm not worried about the Rangers. I'm worried about these idiots. And I got to say it.
Idiots who don't know how to drive in the mountains. And most of them have what tag on?
Motorcycle tag.
Yeah, but most of them are from what state?
I don't know.
If you go up down to Blue Ridge Parkway and you see the dumbest drivers.
I'm not going to say.
State tag says Florida.
I don't want to say it.
It says Florida.
But a car flipped, and we saved the people. We went out there. I stopped our motorcycles, and we helped the people get out of this car that was upside down, and
on the parkway.
On the park. Well, they had swerved not to hit the motorcyclist. Was on the wrong side of the road, going too fast around the curve.
Right, trying to hug the curb.
No, he was on the wrong side, going around the curve.
Well, that's how you would do it if you're a dumb motorcyclist that is trying to speed there. You would hug the curve by going on the wrong side of it.
Well, whatever it was, they compensated too much, and they went on the other side of the road, flipped, and the only thing that saved their butt from going down the mountain was a big old tree.
Big tree.
But what got me was, and I'm not saying, but anyway, we went down there, smashed the window out, cleaned it all up, put a rug over it, and everybody was helping. Got a rug out of here, and I had my big thick leather gloves on. By the time I was done, I had a few little nicks on my hand from glass. The gloves were shredded. Yeah. But I did it to get them out of there. You forget. You just go to help people.
The Blue Ridge Parkway, one of the gems that you should see sometime in your life on your bucket list. Hey, I want to thank Joe Martone for being here, Galen Unall for being here, my lovely wife for stopping in.
Yes.
Being here, although she left her glasses.
That's all right.
Joe found them. I found them. Hey,
tomorrow
we'll be right back here. Vets Helping Vets is the highlight of tomorrow's show.
Veterans News. We got some special guests coming on.
So we'll see you back here, right here. Same source time, same source channel. You're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
Inflation continues to hit